Hi, I'm Richard. We're at the Open Air Blues Festival in Brezoi. With me is Keb Mo, who represents a vital bridge between traditional Delta blues and wide-reaching modern roots music, a respected voice in social justice. If the man you were 20 years ago could look at you today, what would he recognize?
Well, he would see the man 20 years ago looking at me today.
Right.
First of all, we were going, how did I last that long in the music business? You know? And he was going like, that's pretty good, dude. That's good, you know? And so, but I would see a man that's still struggling to be my authentic self, I wouldn't say struggling, looking or just aiming at being my authentic self, and whoever I was 20 years ago, that's who I am still now. I'm still me. I still have my same goal, my same reason for living, my same sense of myself. Yeah.
In your music, you've tackled nuclear power, woman leadership, immigration, plastic pollution. What keeps you moving the needle?
Well, what I like to do in talking about issues in our social consciousness is about putting a voice in there, adding a voice. I don't know that I'm moving any needles, you know, but
I was trying to be funny.
I get it. I mean,
I'm glad you do.
Me thinking I'm really moving a needle, but what I'm doing is adding awareness. I think when I do those songs, like for instance, like "Woman in Charge," looking at that leadership and things like that, you know. And maybe there's nuclear. You're looking at victims of comfort, you know, as a song about that. And then the plastic, you know, don't throw it away. So I like to add.
It's common sense. It's common sense as well.
Yeah. I like to add a voice to it that's a voice of reason, and not a voice of blame, and a voice of, you know, just that it's there. And I want to let everybody know that I know it's there. And every time I go down the street, when I look at the plastic situation with our oceans and all the plastics and everything, and you know, it's such a big problem that it's like, you know, it's just what they say, like an ant trying to move an elephant or something. You know, just it's not, you know, you can't move it like that. It takes all of us. So I think if several people, enough of us, join in and add voice and add awareness to these things, that's important. I'm not trying to carry the whole load myself. Immigration, what's going on in immigration in our country right now, the United States is very, very
it's a melting pot.
Disturbing to me, you know. Mm-hmm. It's always been a melting pot, and for people to look at one group of people and go like, you don't belong here, when none of us belong, really, you know.
Except for the American Indians.
Yeah. You're not a Choctaw or a Cherokee or a Apache or something like that. Mm-hmm. You know, you're an immigrant. You know, in my case, my people we were like involuntary immigrants, but nonetheless immigrants. And I think on the larger picture, you know, all these people that came together, and I think Africans we had to be brought there by force, but I think Africa is such a paradise. I mean, it's like, why would we come to America?
It's the richest continent in the world, and that's why there's so much going on.
Yeah, so Africa, you know, we were brought as a natural resource, free labor, you know, but at the same time, the experiment of the United States of America needed us there. We needed to be there, to be a part of the whole thing. And when you look back in history and look at, you know, how we are in the world and in America, you see that we're very significant, extremely significant as anyone else. Yeah. But there's always people who want to maybe make their significance a little more important than other people's, but none of it's any more important than anyone else's.
You're very important to the whole music scene, blues, jazz, disco, rap, everything has come from you,
The blues,
as it were.
yeah, can come from the origins of
Yeah,
what was built.
African
What was
origins.
built in the cotton fields in the south, from Africa, the slips there, and that story is a beautiful, painful, but beautiful and inspiring story that couldn't happen, had not America been here. I think I have mixed feelings about it. Like I look at what's going on in Israel, that bothers me a lot. Israel, how the Palestinians are being treated. I don't understand how one can get so powerful that you want to go take over a whole country.
By force.
Yeah, I mean a whole. Isn't it enough to manage one country well? Take another one over. It's like I think smaller countries. I was just in the Netherlands, and I was in Utrecht, and I was just. Someone asked me, "How do you like Utrecht?" I said, "I like it. It's rather than a small country. It's a love being a small country, but the small country is manageable. A small country is
Easier to
manageable.
govern, yeah.
And people can feel like they have more of a say in it.
Next year will be the 250th anniversary of the United States, their independence. Do you feel the same pride you did for the bicentennial in being American today?
I'm proud to call America my home because it's my home, but it's flawed. I can't stand here and go like, most things are flawed. So I like to focus on the things that are going great in any situation.
Be positive.
We're not allowed to do that because we get an influx of so many other negatives. The negative stuff always makes the news. And the positive things, of course, that's whatever. They say the bleeds, it leads. That's the big story. So I love being in my country. I'm not proud of our government right now. And when the government took office, I just took a wait and see approach. Because all the people that voted for him, I'm going, well, I asked myself, am I missing something? What am I missing here? And I'm waiting for that time when something happens with, I missed that, I missed that. I don't think I missed anything yet. I think it's all been pretty chaotic and questionable.
I'm going to change the subject to get back to music.
Yeah, man.
Because we could go on forever with that.
Yeah. But it's part of it. It's part of it. You can't ignore it. It's part of it. So it's okay to talk about.
You received the 2021 Americana Music Association Lifetime Achievement Award. Your debut album came out in 1980 under your real name, Kevin Moore, and then 14 years had to pass for you to release an album under the Keb Mo name. Why did it take you so long to become a frontman?
I had to start over after the 1980 album came out. I had to start over from scratch.
Why?
Because what I did had worked for the 15 years before was not working.
Oh.
And not just musically, but on a metaphysical level. The way I was looking at life and music, what my role was. And it was a little, I think it was a little shallow in a sense too. During that 14 years, I started working in clubs again, gigs around town. I had an album out. It was but I just started over. I was 29. Then I'm 30 when I started over. And I don't know. I just started over and did the journey over again. This time I did it different. I had purpose. I made a declaration to the universe. I made a promise to life, to the source, that I would be of service. Why did we do that before?
You have a great way of saying things. You reunited with Taj Mahal for On the Porch, your new album that's been out since May. How did you reconnect creatively with him?
I've always been connected with Taj. It's not necessarily a reconnection. It's a opportunity to publicly express our relationship, and it was actually motivated by Concord wanted to do another Taj Mo record. We were like, we did the first one. That was fun.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. So we weren't anxious to do another one, not because we both like to do different things. So doing the second one, it was a good idea, and we approached it very different from the one before. Kind of different. We went in. Actually, no, we had one song. Yeah, we wrote in the studio. We just wrote it as it came, And his son,
the spark was there, the chemistry.
Yeah, and he came in. He came in. Taj's son is a bass player. He came in from New Zealand, and my son is in L.A. He came in and played drums. His son played bass, and I played drums. And we came in and we built the album, the four of us, And we brought in various writers to come help because we wanted it to go fast. And we came away with about 11 or 12 tracks, and I thought we had wasted 2 weeks and blown all the money in the studio. And then I went back to listen to it and pulled it out and just kind of went through it, and we had 10 gems,
Yeah.
It was like, oh, there's something there. This is good, So we proceeded to just finish it and get it going. And when the album came, when it was like finished, we were both like jaws dropped. Like, how did that happen? Because the making of it was chaotic.
And you started from scratch.
Yeah, it was really chaotic, but the creativity and the intention and what we were aiming to do came through anyway. That was a lesson to me in the power of intention. That when you have an intention, you can, once you set it in motion, it's set. And it may look chaotic. Things may be kind of like, well, I don't know what's going on, but you've already set the goal. So you just go to the end, and then it was amazing experience to have that.
And it's your first time in Romania now?
Yes, first time.
What time are you playing tonight?
I play at 10:30 tonight, 22:30. Yeah.
Okay, that's good, because people listening at home right now have time to come to Brezoi to see you. And thank you for your time, for your input. Thank you for the music. And we're waiting for you to come on down to the Open Air Blues Festival in Brezoi.
That's right. Come on down.